My name is Emma, and I'm based at KTH Royal Institute of Technology, where I'm part of a research program about sustainable consumption. And ReTuna is one of our research partners. No, sorry, one of our partners in the program. So this tour was originally planned to be a field trip for the conference attendees coming to the Stockholm hub. But since now it's all digital, we are very happy to welcome all of you to this field trip. And I want to remind you that this tour is live, and they will be walking around where there is ongoing activity. So please be patient. Anything can happen, really.
Hi.
Hi, okay, so it's time to switch over to ReTuna, where Eva and Sofia are ready to give us the tour. Do you want to start by introducing yourself?
Yes, please. You first. Okay, hi, my name is Sofia, and I'm the mall manager for ReTuna Återbruksgalleriet.
My name is Eva, and I'm a teacher and also a shop owner here at ReTuna.
Okay, and, the floor is yours. Yeah, sorry, continue.
Thank you, Emma, and thank you for a very good program and conference.
Yes, Eskilstuna is a town with 100,000 people, and for many, many years, we only had one place to put our recycled stuff. And it wasn't enough. So the politicians and the citizens longed for another one. And they searched for an area to build it. And when they found an area to build it, they also thought that we don't just do recycle, we have to reuse also. We have to take down the garbage weight. So when they built this new recycle station, they also found a place where they had a big storehouse that was empty. So in this storehouse, they built a recycle mall. So after some years of planning and drawing and talking and politician and all kind of that, it took some years. So finally in 2014, they began to build.
Yes.
And 15 we opened. And I was participant in one of the groups that was talking about what this mall should be inside. What should we have in here? And one of the biggest issue we talked about was what shall it be a charity place, or shall it be a place where it's business as normal, so to say. And that thing we discussed for years, but in the end we still do discuss that.
Yes.
But this mall is a business place, and it's a charity also, but it's not built on charity, and that's important for us. In August 2015, we opened this place. And from the beginning, we decided that it has to be a cafe, and it has to be a meeting place, and we also thought that it would be a culture in this house. So that was something we talked about from the beginning. And we also have an education in this house. And it is education that I found for 13, 14 years ago. In that time, nobody understood what it was, but today, most of the people understand what we are doing. And the education is called Recycle Design, and it's for adults. And we also is placed here in this house. And the politicians gave us 3 goals to have. One goal is to take down the amount of garbage, of course, that's a big issue, but also to make jobs for the people in this town, and to be education and place that you can find knowledge about climate change and so on. That's our 3 bones that we stand on. So, the house itself.
Oh, yes, Emma, please, can you just...
Emma, we have a picture.
Yes, I will show the picture for you.
Yes.
Thank you.
The house was bought by a company that is owned by the municipality, and they rent it out to another company that's also a municipality company. As you can see here, there it's the 2 companies that is under the municipality, and the energy company is the one with the green leaf in it.
Yeah, thank you, Emma.
In their turn, rent areas out for the shop owners in this house, and also they not just do that, they also take in other people from the municipality, for example, to sort things out here where we are standing. So it's, yes, it's the municipality is very involved, but the main thing is that it's business. Yes, with the things we are selling. Today there are, yes, please, it's enough with the picture, I think. You can ask about it later if you want to. The things that we get to the stores comes from the citizens in this town, but it also comes from citizens around in the area, because many people think that it's a good idea, so they go for a long ride here to give things to us. And that's one of the things that surprised me most. I have been with all this journey, but the thing that surprised me most is the joy that people feel when they give things to us in ReTuna. They are so happy to, oh, someone is going to take care of my things. And that's a surprise for me, but it's very, very fun. So it's fun to be here every day. Yes. So?
Yes. My turn. Thank you, Eva. I actually only been a mall manager for 3 months. So as you saw in the movie, it was Anna Bergström, and she was also here at the beginning, but only 6 months before it opened in 2015. But the mall manager, I am employed by Eskilstuna Strängnäs Energi och Miljö, the municipality company. So basically, we are the landlords and the business are the tenants. So they are paying me rent for the space and take care of the item that is coming through here at the ReTuna, at our logistics center that you see here in the background. Eva is going to explain it further on when we are giving you a tour through all the logistic area, basically.
The heart, you can say.
Yes, it's the pounding heart of ReTuna. Yes, that's true. So my role here is on one hand that I want to engage and inspire people to come here and visit us through events and conference and study visits and so on. And on the other hand, my job here is to establish businesses, sustainable businesses, and also to cooperate with other businesses in Eskilstuna city town. And as I said, I only been here for 3 months, and Anna was here. She was hired here for 6 months before we opened our gates in late August in 2015. And she has explained to me when she was hired, there were no tenants, there were no contracts, there were none of us, no interest business here. So she had a really tough job. In 6 months, she had to engage business and cooperation here. And she did. I think it was like 8 businesses. Yes, is that correct? Yes. Something in between in that. And for me, it's not a problem anymore. I do not have to run and ask businesses to join here, because I get like 10 questions every week if they can build up a business here, or if they can join a corporation or whatever. So we are very blessed that this has been both a national and international success story, basically. So today, as Eva said, we are 11 businesses. We have 2 pop-ups, and we have 1 cafe, 1 conference, and the School of Recycled Design. And every year from when we started, we have increased the revenue. So for 2019, you saw at the movie from BBC News, we have 1.3 million for 2018. And for 2019, we have 14.7 million Swedish crowns. I believe it's approximately 1.5 millions. What is it? Oh, yeah, I am not the correct one, but 14.7 million Swedish crowns anyway. And we are seeing it increasing even during this pandemic, basically. So we are very blessed and happy for that. I believe that people seeing that this is the future way of business, and this is the future way of shopping, basically.
And many people are curious. Yes. So they come here on the holidays.
Yes,
vacations. They come here and go.
Yes, and before they closed the border, they came from whatever. We have the United States of America here, Russia,
South Korea,
Ukraine, and so on and so on. So yes, Eva,
yes.
Are we going to show the logistics center?
Yes,
all right.
We are going.
Hang with us.
Yes, and we are going. Oh, there. So, and we just stood in the heart, in the ReTuna, inside, and now we are going a little bit outside. There you can see out there the big containers where the people comes and throw the garbage into those.
The recycling station.
Yes, the recycling station. And if they have something that they think, oh, maybe someone else wants to have this, then they drive around the whole place and come here to give us the things. And here we have the car just coming, and see what they have in the back of their car. Yes, there they have it, and they put it on the blanket. So that's easy to put things here. And we have opened from 10 o'clock to 19 o'clock in the afternoon. And when we have had things put on the wagon, the people that work here, in this case the topper, take what he had in the box, and you can see that he had a computer, and that he gives to this area where
Electronics.
Electronics is, and then he goes further on with the rest of the box to a sorting station over here. And then all of the stores have made lists what they want to have to their store, so that Christopher know how to sort things out. So he know that if he got some stuff for kids, he had to give it to the store that sells kid things. And the harder thing is to take such a things that's in that box, things for, you can say, treatment. So
Small items.
Things, small items. Who wants this, for example? What store wants it? But they know the style of things, because so we are going to see later on when we go up. Every store has their own style. It's not so that every store sells everything. That's one of the things in this place. So then when Christopher knows where to go, he go further on here. We follow him. It's a logistic hard thing, this. Yeah. Oh, yes.
And I think we're going to just visit just short to the Recomputed, and we're going to follow Christopher just a little bit later.
Yes. So the computer that Christopher laid on this electronic space, and here we see Amjad, and he's the one who runs the Recomputer. It's a store.
Right, welcome. I'm online, right?
Yes, you are online.
I'm just use the signal. Have some. Okay, I'm presenting myself.
Yes, please do it.
Thank you. Hi everyone. My name is Amjad. I'm the store manager of the computer, the electronic store. I just got the laptop. I'm happy with it. Why new? Normally when we get such items on laptops, or you can see here the TV, a broken TV, we get the spare parts, or for maybe this will come to life again, so we repair it. But here is the assembly point as a first stage. We sort out what we need, what we don't. I heard Sofia saying that she has been here 3 months, but a big effect of her helping us to get a better way of sorting out, so less waste, more stuff to get, and that gives me positive. I'm not feeling very well.
No, it's okay, because everyone is me.
So I'm happy so far. I think the environment happy as well. Sofia, I hope she's happy too. Have less waste. And maybe later I can show you what I'm going to do with this laptop. Because most of the items we get in terms of laptops, it's like either battery or RAM, or like component is broken, like screen as well. So we have a lot of replacements. So we take parts and we fix one another. The TV scenario as well, and same situation. Mobile phones, just buy new screens and replace it for affordable price. So we try to encourage people to get. I think many now. I hear people running like 2 hours far from this ReTuna, just saying that you guys fixing for affordable price, and we have like troubleshooting for free, so we don't charge for just check on the items what problem it has. That's really for time in Europe, here costs money, time, cost money, time, but we believe that we need to help people in the manner of social responsibility, let's say. So, and for the environment, and we can do some money, so we can survive. So we don't have to make a lot of money. At the end, we can do some money, and we can survive, and we can help all the parts. Yeah.
Thank you, Amjad. Can you please show us your storage?
Yes, sure. So this is the first assembly point you just saw. So we get all the electronics, and then we decide to throw away that item where the third part company, they are responsible about collecting it manually. And then we have our storage in the other side. We store many TVs, mostly, DVD players, home theater, and actually we get a lot of TVs. Nowadays, I don't know why people are just thinking about having a smart TV or 4K technology smart TV. And you ask about the customer when they ask us if we have a smart TV, and they say, what do you want to do with it? They say, I want to have YouTube. But you can buy like a Chromecast, an Apple TV, just connected to your old device, and then you don't have it. So here is the big storage. Also, I think it has been launched since a year or so, a little bit more.
Yes, a little bit more. And I think Eva is going to explain more about it later. But we can show you your box.
We are happy really to have that space, because now I can save more items, and we do recycling overseas, actually. All the TVs that we cannot sell locally, we have some customers that they're buying and sending in Africa in specific. So all these TVs here, they used to be 40 more, and we still have a lot. And you can find here the big TVs here. We just need a small motherboard or small component to be fixed. In the back, this is the second sorting line, let's say. And I'll do this. And here is the third point, where we have a lot of more items than we can have. I can open it up, maybe. Just don't see me on doing that. So we go to the dungeon. I'm joking. Yeah. Here we have the vinyl players, amplifiers, retro stuff like old ones. Again, spare parts for the home theater. A lot of speakers to your left, Sophia. Here you have VHS players, and there is a big demand actually nowadays for that stuff, because the grandparents, they want to show their
grandchildren.
Yeah, it's like mixing Swedish English in my head. Sorry. So they want to show them their memories, or their parents' memories when they were their age. And that time it was no digital, no DVDs, no mobile phones, only on VHS. So now we afford that as well, and really for a good price. And that's a lot of people asking us further if we can help them to convert it from analog to digital. Unfortunately, at the moment we don't do it, but maybe that's a plan for the future. So that's our very nice storage. We have up as well in the store as well. We have 2 rooms. One of them, I'm using half of it to store a lot of laptops. You can computers as well. You'll see that later. Mobile phones, tablets, all of this stuff. You can just, for a small city of Eskilstuna, you can imagine how much big stuff we're getting. A lot of time to fix, I know, but it's worth it at the end. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Amjad. We are going for Eva, and thank you. And we are seeing you at the shop later. Yes. And Eva is just going to explain how this system works when we get to the second sorting.
Yes. And then we're going to find Christopher again. And he got that box from the lady who came with the cars. And then he looks in it and he sees that, oh, I think that the store Remoda wants this stuff. And then so he take the box and go to their area over here. So here.
Remoda is a business here in the.
Yes. And you can show a little bit what they are selling, and of course it's exactly like Anja said. We have no problem with items to sell. We have so much items, so if we could have a twice as big mall without any problems. So now all these things here. So in the morning, tomorrow morning, the two owners of this shop, they are coming here and they are thinking, oh yes, that we want to sell, and they put it either in the big storage or up directly to the shop. And if there are something that now that Christopher didn't think right, then they put it to
a third sorting,
a third sorting, and then Christopher the next day take it up to the recycle
station.
Yes. So that's how the logistic works.
So this is the third sorting, and here every store, because we cannot decide which item is going to be given to us, and that it's very exciting, but it could also be difficult. So sometimes we get like 10 things of the same things. So the third sorting is great for that. And when we get something that we perhaps just right now at this season is not good, so we can give it to another store as well. And I know that the school Recycle Design loves to come in this third sorting, because here it could be like anything.
Yes, and the school never take items that works to sell in the stores. In the education, we only take things that other has thrown away. That's the whole idea of the education.
Yes. Okay, I think it's time for us to take some questions.
Yes, while we are walking
to Amjad's store.
Yes,
so
and we are going to look inside another store on the way.
Yes.
Yes.
So please, Emma, do you have any questions for us?
Yeah, thank you so much for the tour in the logistics.
Thank you.
Okay, so we have 2 questions. So I want to remind you all that you can ask more questions if you want. And if you don't want to write it, you can just turn on your camera and wave at me that you want to tell a question yourself. But we start with ones that we have. One is concerning the organization chart that you showed that Eva was talking about, how the organization works. I am not quite sure I understand this question correctly, so please, Anna, if I understand, please tell me. Background noise. Yeah, the question is, what is the relation of the companies, so the enterprises, the shops in the mall, with ReTuna? So I think I'm going to show the chart again, and if you can explain a little more where the shops are in this chart and how they are related to ReTuna.
Yes, okay. So as I said, ReTuna is only the landlord, and the businesses are the tenants. So the businesses and the stores are in this chart in ReTuna's box, basically. So this is only a chart to understand the municipalities'
influence.
Yes, influences and the ownership of it. Basically, so the tenants or the businesses are their own companies, basically.
Yes.
So the municipalities has nothing to do with them except for giving renting out spaces, basically. I hope it's a good answer.
Yeah, thank you. I have actually a follow-up question on that myself.
Yes.
The items that you sort out and that the shops get, do they pay for it, or are they given the items, and in what way do they get all the money from selling it to the shop itself or to ReTuna in general?
To the shops itself.
Okay.
The shop takes the money of what they are selling,
Yes, it's their
Yes.
businesses. We are only the suppliers or the logistics center. So when they are paying the rent for us, they are also getting a part of the item that is here.
It's in the rent.
Yes.
Okay.
So by paying the rent, you can be a part of the concept, and you are also getting part of the item. So everyone is sharing the stuff that comes through here. But it all depends on the business plan, as Eva tried to explain, that every business has their own kind of shopping list. Like Amjad sells only tech stuff, like TVs and laptops and so on. So he has that on the shopping list, and it's just entitled to have all the technical stuff, basically.
And my shop, for example, I sell books, only books. So I pick up the books that I think I can sell, and then I take the money and I pay rent to her.
Yes.
Okay.
So the municipality is just here to rent out the space and inform the people about recycling and circular economy, basically. Yeah.
Okay, so we have a few questions coming up here.
Shoot.
I think you might have talked a little about this, Sofia, but the original funding to start the mall, was it funded by the municipality?
Yes, it was.
And I think this one you answered, but do the shop owners have to pay anything for the items from the
No, but it's included in the rent. So everything costs. Nothing is for free in the world. but it's included in the rent. But we cannot say that this clothes cost 10 and this cost no. It's just included in the rent.
Okay. Let's see. More questions coming up.
It's so fun that it's live. Everything can happen.
What do you do with any materials that is not sellable within ReTuna or recyclable?
We're trying to give it to the recycled design, the school.
We don't have so many items that are not recyclable. Most of the things we are pretty good at it in Sweden to recycle everything.
Yes.
So, but it's the wood, for example, goes to burn in
to be energy.
And plastic goes through the factory in Småland, and the glass in the factory, and so on. And all the textiles goes to Germany, and the books also goes to Germany, the books that I can't sell.
So they go to Germany, and they do not become energy. They are becoming paper for new books.
Yes.
And the textiles that are also going to Germany, they are being new textiles, but in the industry. We are trying to, as little as possible, that the item that is given to us to be energy, basically.
Yes, that's a goal.
That's a mission.
Okay, and we had a question asked yesterday, and now we got one more in the same subject. Is ReTuna from what I know, the only shopping mall like this, recycling mall in the world. But I think there are projects like other malls coming up in cities around the world, right?
Yes, it is.
Yes, we have both sisters and brothers.
Yes. And I think the one who has come längst.
Furthest.
Yes, it's in Finland, Suomi, and in Norway.
Yes.
Okay, and you have contact with them, helping them?
Yes.
And they have been here, and they have been
many times.
Yes,
many times.
So about now we are the first recycling mall in the world, or upcycle mall in the world, but not the only one. And I know that there are municipalities in Sweden that is looking for the same concept. And I know that within a 5-year period there will be other ReTunas around Sweden.
Very happy to hear that.
Yes, we too.
So, next question. The turnover per shop seems quite small. How many people are employed in the mall? Are many shop assistants volunteers? Are any shops charities?
Yes, one of the shop are charities.
Yes, it's charities, but no one is here. Everyone that is working here gets paid. I think it's very important to say
yes,
that.
everyone gets paid.
Yes.
And we are approximately 50 person in this house that is working in different ways. And volunteers, no volunteers.
No volunteers. And from the municipality or Eskilstuna Strängnäs Energi och Miljö that owns ReTuna, it's only I. It's only me. And the shop owners, of course, has their own employees, but it has nothing to do with me or Eskilstuna Strängnäs Energi och Miljö or the municipality. It's their own business store owners that employs those people. But the one that is working in the logistics, the ReTuna, they are hired from the municipality.
Yes.
In a working program.
Yes.
So they are just hired people, but they are not, and working for us basically. But yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, we have one more question, and I know that you are also during this time supposed to find your way up to Amjad's store. So
yeah, we are 2 minutes from Amjad.
Okay, perfect.
Yes, we can go. I just want to show you the conference center that we are entering now. So we have just went up from the logistics center and is now heading for Amjad's store.
Okay, so let's take one last question then.
Yes, please.
Okay, so you checked that there is only one shop for one kind of stuff. You only have one for electronics, or?
I said that every store has their style. We can look into this store.
Okay, I'm just going to switch.
Yes.
Please bear with me.
Yes. This is a store with all kinds of items.
New design and modern.
Yes, and the most of the things are in white, and there are for kitchen or
hello.
But you see
interior design.
But you see it's a special style in this store. So and then we can go to another store that have the similar things, but in a quite different
also
style.
Sells furniture. So we have 3 shops that sells furniture, and we have like 3 or 4 shops that sells textile.
So,
but it's different.
Yes. So here we have another store with interior and furniture, but it's a quite different style. So that was what I meant with this is stores and nothing else.
Yes.
And here you see the flower business that we saw in the picture from BBC.
And this is the store. I'm going to just take a panorama photo, and perhaps we can just go over here. And in the front we have the cafe. And here is the entrance and the famous tree that is also upcycled and recycled, of course.
And then we have a man who has a all new business. He's renting out boxes for moving. When you move from one apartment to another, you can rent or buy boxes from him that he got here.
Yes, so, and here we are. Here we are at Recomputed and Amjad. So this is his store. Hello, Amjad. Nice to meet you again. Thank you.
And I should also remind the audience that...
Yes?
Yes?
Yes, Emma.
Can I just remind the audience that if you want to ask special questions to Anja, that is actually running one of the shops. You can ask them.
Yes, and we're going to give him headphones so you can also ask quickly. Because they perhaps have questions, Anja.
Sure. Hi. But the problem is, okay.
Yeah, you will be hearing Anja.
Good. So here at the store, we can just go around very quick. TVs. On the left here, screens, computer screens, printers, and it's a bit funny when you see a printer comes with 84%. So that's like no need for having a new one if you have this.
What do you mean with 84%?
Yeah, 84% of the patron of the self cartridge is like left, so it's almost new. Speakers. Here we have a new stuff. It's like accessories because mostly we cannot recycle the cable, but yet we have some that it works. We sell it with. I show you here further, Sophia, please. With the mobile phones, we're fixing all those. It's either the screen is replaced or the problem with the software firmware. So we do reformatting for that. So
and what kind of cell phones is it?
Sometimes we get very latest one, like iPhone 7, 8, not further. Let's say 6, 7, 8. We get that. Android, Huawei, Samsung. Samsung and Huawei, Nokia, Sony. We're trying to get Nokia Mobile. Windows Mobile. We're trying to sell and explain to customers when they buy because it depends on the version of the firmware. If it's too old, there is like a few applications will not be able to run, and most of those are like famous here in Sweden in terms of banking economy. So that's we just be so honest. And as I said, we fix 3-month warranty. Laptops as well. Here we have more laptops. All these laptops formatted, so we keep the privacy of the customers. That they left it here or the people who left it here. So we make sure that none will be stored, no private photos. We don't even review it. So we have to make sure that all the privacy, all the photos or the personal photos should be erased from the phones as well. We always try, Sophia's trying, helping me now to just explain about deleting all your account, because otherwise it will be when you delete your accounts like iCloud, like Samsung account and Google account, it should be locked, so we cannot use that. Yet we get the spare parts, but as I said, for the whole mobile. Here you have the audio equipment, you have the whole set, tape players, CD players, amplifiers, old, new, home theaters. That corner is for game consoles, and here all the game sets for PlayStation 4, PlayStation 3, PlayStation 2. Those I would say we don't do much, but collecting and selling again, and that's good. CD players, computer speakers over there, Bluetooth. That's market price, sometimes like double the price that we sell. So those are Bluetooth. So Marshall, a very famous brand. It had a problem with the power circuit. My colleague managed to fix it. So here, well, this is the second testing, or like the third testing, the third stage where the items comes. So my colleague and me, we doing some set. The keyboards here need sometimes just the adapter is broken. People, I don't know if they are aware or they don't want just like, okay, let it go. We buy another one, a newer one. So that's another thing. Here you have digital cameras, or more laptops, digital cameras and GPS lenses. So it's all you can get as you need. The old classic cameras, let's say we don't sell with guarantee because we are not sure, but who got this, they have the knowledge. Here, more further, TVs, DVD players, films, and I show you here the backstage. I can show you the computer that we managed to fix. Actually,
behind the scenes.
Behind the scenes, yes. And here is creepy stuff, a lot of stuff. stationary computers. Well, we start from up. These are like, let's say, the accessories, but then motherboards, chargers, computers, more chargers, computers, power supply, spare parts, graphic cards, remote controls, for a lot of TVs we have, DVD players, a lot. And we really takes time to sort out, to build this system. Here where we format the computers, here we have 4K Android Sony TV. It needs just a small component and it's all good. We try not to buy, just to make sure this is like 100% recycled. Okay, again. That computer that we just got, so it's working as I expected. I think the power supply, or what they call the charger, something went wrong and it broke. Now I just plugged it in, formatted, working. We have Sony here, laptop. I managed also to format, and it's like touch screen. The Lenovo over there. So we're getting good stuff sometimes. Really, it's not only the old items we're getting. So here, laptops, a lot of laptops. That's really like, I don't know how many. I can't count them. And every day we're having more and more. I would say average 5 pieces a day. Average. Not all working. Some has a problem with batteries. We still have spare parts for batteries here. We charge our batteries ourselves. We have a special charger for the remote controls, so we don't buy. Never. Since 5 years I started in this store, never bought any battery. So we encourage people about this. Chargers run out, unfortunately, from the stock, but you still can find it in the market. So it's very good. It's very nice to keep this trend, hopefully with some support in the future by any government, any political party, to get off. They deal with us here in this store as like a normal trade store, not recycling plant, because we should be organized otherwise as a charity. But yet we're doing kind of recycling, so we should have been deducted from paying tax, I think, in a way or another. And that's my point of view. This is the only obstacles at the moment we are facing. Outside, not internally. Internally, we're getting support, we're getting hearing ears. Always it's open to just discuss anything that we are not feeling good about. And that's, I think you can see reflecting on the ground. And customers happy. I am happy.
Everyone is happy.
If you have any further questions, I'm ready to answer.
Yes, Emma.
Yes, actually, we do have some questions for you, Amjad.
Sure.
About the guarantee, do you give any guarantee on the items?
Yeah, 3 months warranty for any item we are selling in the store. Just we have like note about the batteries of the mobile, tablet, and laptop. But again, we are not so restricted. So if someone showed up after 1 week, 2 weeks, 1 month even with a problem, not with the battery, I'm saying, because batteries at the end is good. But we tested and we categorize the batteries. We say, like good, medium, and bad condition. So we just be making awareness of the customer for the customer about the situation. The rest is with fixing 3 months warranty. Within this 3 months warranty, we help with everything regarding this piece of, as long as it's not physically damaged or like software damage. Yet we help with the software for free. We don't say, okay, no, you don't talk me out of guarantee. This is not terms. We help it. As I said from beginning, I came to this country. I get hosted well by the people of this country, and I will have to pay back the same way I got it. So that's how I feel it. Not only business, it's just help. And that's for me in beginning, when I was abroad, when I was in my country, when I traveled around, I learned how to do it. It's like karma thing. It's a part of my education, my religion, my culture, to help people. And I got all that in Sweden. So I have to keep this the same and pay back the same.
Thank you. So one more question. You seem to be able to fix everything really in your shop. So if customers bring broken electronics that they don't want to give away, but they want to only get fixed for themselves, do you do it as well?
Yes, we do that. As I said, troubleshooting is free of charge. So we don't charge any person, any customer for the item they are bringing in. we're checking it first and then give them a call, or at least we get an approval of like a basic fees if possible to fix. Because sometimes you open the item, it's not me who's fixing deeply, actually, my other colleague is not working today, but like sometimes you have to open the TV, go very deep to the very basic backlight thing, and then it takes place and takes time to get an answer sometimes. So we just say, if it's over 500, we give you a call, otherwise you how much it costs, and let's say exactly no problem for all, because this 500 is the price of troubleshooting with other stores. So this is really not like a very nothing for the customer to argue about, and that's what we're doing. Otherwise, if it's like a big problem, we don't go further until we get an approval from the customer to fix, and sometimes it reached up to $150, let's say, 1,500 kroner. But that's like a smart TV. Smart TV with other places, I have seen myself to check, just to check, 3,500. Price of a 55-inch smart TV I'm seeing in the store. So that's, I think we are offering a very affordable prices in the market at the moment.
Absolutely. And what about the items that you cannot sell in the shop? What do you do with them?
Yes, if you talk about TVs and laptops, I have customers. One, we start 4 now or 5. They are shipping to Africa, where the labor fee is, I think, cheaper. The demand of the very high-end technology is lower. So 32 inches smart TV, the normal TV, is in a high demand. Even in my country, we have developed, I'm coming from Syria, we have developed a lot of electronics. Because of the war at the moment, people tend to buy used items, but I cannot, unfortunately, send and recycle there. So as I said, in the developed countries, they are more about items that works. So he's buying a lot of TVs every time, and I got a call from him yesterday. He wanted this month 400 TVs. I cannot guarantee that I will do this, but like I fixed 50, around 50. So, but as I said, from beginning of this month, we started to get more items because of the new routine we are following, new arrangements. Sophia helped me to fix. So I would say maybe I can help him with 100, and that's very good. Good for the environment. That's why we started this plant, and it's good for me because I don't have to store big old TVs, or like an old TV LCD is a little bit thick, not slim, not lit, to send back. So they are fixing the overseas. Those that work, they take, and they are non-working, not broken screens, they take as well, and they repair there, because there is 1 hour it costs here, like let's say $10, over there $50. It's affordable for them to fix and repair. Computers, I'm doing the same. I can show you later. Classic mobiles, a high demand on this. The one with the buttons, like 3310 Nokia, the very old Ericsson, not Sony Ericsson before. So those also I'm sending overseas. I'm trying as much as possible to reduce the waste of these items, to go to, again, recycled with this third party we I don't know the ESM having a contract with, but because I feel like it deserves to be used, still have some, let's say, product life remaining. So why not, if it's in Africa or other else in the world?
Okay, thank you so much, Amjad, for the show and for answering all the questions. I think we have 2 very short answers to Sophia and Eva.
Yeah, I'm moving this to Eva, handing over. Thank you.
Thank you. We are. Can we be here in the shop?
Yeah, sure.
For a few minutes.
Okay, so we have a few minutes left. The rent of the shops, does it depend on the turnover for the shop? Or is it the same for everyone, or how is it decided?
It's the same for everyone, and it's in how do you say? It's in market. Like it's the same.
It's not so very cheap, and it's not so very expensive either.
It's market value?
Yes, thank you.
Yes,
market value, yes.
Okay. And the last question, let me see. Oh, you talked about the employees at the logistics center. Were they hired by the mall or the mayorship?
The mall.
Okay.
Yes.
So I think there are no more questions. Thank you so much, Sofia and Eva.
Thank you.
Sure. We are ready for today. This was so fun.
Yes, it really was an experience for both you and us.
Absolutely. So thank you for today.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.